Oh, it says I'm live. Oh, yep, there we go. What's up, everybody? No, I know it's not everybody here. I just say it. No. Um, yeah, I'm just on here to rant. Um, yeah, I had them come up here and help me with the cleaning. I was supposed to be, I was awake at 8 o'clock. They were supposed to show up at 8. They show up at 9. They don't speak English. Okay. Um, they were supposed to clean up too, but they just swept. They didn't run a mop on anything. So I still got dirt sitting behind there. Um, and I got the cat in the carry case. I took everything down to the common area, the community room. It's kind of funny. They got a computer down there. You can't use a computer. They used to have a big screen TV. I mean, a wall unit type big screen TV down there. That's gone. I mean, I know the reason I mentioned the fact that we could show movies down there is because I saw that big screen TV up there. Wonder why they took that out. Anyway, I got her down there and I let her loose, and she's in this big ass community room, and she was scared. I mean, poor girl was scared, and she's sitting over there all loafed up right now. She's in the comfy mode right now. She's in comfy mode, but uh, the downside of that thing is I think she realized how big she is up here. She realized how big she is up here because she was in that big space and she felt tiny. And when she came back up here, next thing I know, I gotta move. I'm trying to set this because I had to redo everything here. I got all my I got all my bars set up underneath the table instead of underneath my my bed. Which if I pulled the bed out, I would have pulled the plug out from the wall. They didn't even give me a chance to set it up when I got this bed. Yeah, I mean that's how insensitive people are, man. And I'm handicapped. I could see if it was on two legs, and I asked them for help. And they gave me a ration of crap. But anyway, she jumped up on the countertop and oh jeez, oh, and got up on the refrigerator. So she went from the countertop. Oh, damn it! I hate fucking this way, Charles. Oh God, I can't point that way. I don't see. I'm pointing over here because I can't. My right arm doesn't work very well. She went from the countertop to here, and then my silly butt taught her how to get up here. So now she has access to the whole top shelf up there, which that's one of the things I originally wanted her to have. I wanted her to have access to that. You know, I mean, I could fix it so she's not sitting over the stove. I can do that, and um, anyway, they came in here and they came late, and I had to get the cat down there to the community room by 10 o'clock. So I got there down there around 9 or so, and I came back up here around 10 or so, maybe 10:15, and to see if the guy had come, and he had come and didn't go inside the apartment. I can't sit in this apartment when I have all this crap up on top of me because I can't move around. And I still don't think these guys. The lower level workers here, they understand. Really under. Once you get above those lower level workers, they are so arrogant. I had a secretary said she was going to do me a favor. Do me a favor. I had standing water in my sink. How are you doing me a favor when you're doing your fucking job? That's how arrogant they are over there. And I'm going to keep making videos to say they work for me. I don't work for them. I don't expect favors. I expect work. I expect accountability. Don't tell me you work over there and I'm paying your fucking salary and you're doing me a favor. No, I'm doing you a favor by being here. I'm paying your salary. And these low level workers, that's what the higher level workers are telling them. Because I guarantee you that woman that runs at the top, she is a piece of work. She will not come down here and meet any of the residents unless she's in charge like a big fucking idiot. She's not in charge, man. The only thing she runs is that company. She don't run me. She don't run this building. She obviously don't run the building because we're having problems in these buildings. They're too many. They're too busy collecting the fucking paycheck at the top. They know it. I know it. And anybody who watches this, I'm letting you know it. Anytime you got a management company, they work for you, man. You pay their bills. Your body brings them money. Okay? If you're paying rent, you sitting in that apartment, I guarantee you they're running after grants, they're running after loans, they're running, and your body is the commodity that they use for those loans. You being in that apartment is the commodity. That's what they use to get a loan. If no one's in that apartment, how are you gonna get a loan on that apartment? Because in order to get a loan on that apartment, you got to rent it out. Even if there's no one in there, you have to have a plan to rent that apartment out to get that loan. I mean, come on, man. Tell me if anyone watches this, put something in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I'm serious, man. I'm the type of person that, hey, if I'm wrong, man, you show a bunch of receipts that says this is how it works, this is how it works. Fine, I'll go with it. That's the way I am, man. I'm not beyond, I'm not beyond, you know, learning stuff, man. As a matter of fact, that's I live to learn, man. I'm a curious kid, man. And I don't mean like I'm a child, like my curiosity is childlike. Okay, doesn't mean I'm a childlike brain. My curiosity can be childlike, and I can be 90 years old, right? I mean, anyway, going back to this, I'm sitting here, and come 11 o'clock, I come up here, figure out what they're go. I just want to check and see how far they've gotten. So I figured they got here at 10. They went and start spraying around to get here at 11. And the guy didn't go in the apartment. I bring it back down there, and I had to bring the guy back here to spray. And then he says I needed to empty the cabinets when I don't have room to empty these cabinets anywhere. Then I can't even get into the apartment. I can't even get past the door. They don't take into consideration that I don't have two fucking legs. And then they send people up here that don't speak fucking English. Come on, man. I'm in America, man. If I went down to Mexico or down south into a southern, I'd learn the language, man. When I was in Japan, man, I had a hard time because I didn't speak Japanese when I was there. I was using sign language and mispronouncing words, and you know. Then I went to college and took Japanese, and now I'm pretty much, if I have a vocabulary, I can speak it fluently, even into some of their idioms. Spanish, I might be fluent enough to have a good conversation with somebody once I learn some vocabulary. I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, it's been like these same people work here. I've been here since 2015. These same people have worked here since 2015. It's their job just to clean up. Where's the maintenance crew, man? Cleanup should be done by the freaking manager, man. It should be his job to keep the place clean, collect the rent, collect the work orders, make sure the place is safe. That's why they give him 40 hours a week. In the other apartment, the manager kept the apartment clean. He went and vacuumed the carpets. He went and sprayed down the sidewalk out in front. He dusted, him and his wife. They kept the place clean. And then you had the maintenance crew that kept the place running. These people at the top do not know what the fuck they're doing, man. Or if they do know what they're doing. They're doing it on the shady side to collect their fucking paychecks. And they've been growing and growing and growing at the top, and now they're what, $3 million or $3 million plus in the hole? What'd they do? Get a lawsuit because they're doing shit illegally? Because they're taking people's renters' rights away? I'm not stupid, man. You don't lose $4 million in a year. From 2022 to 2023, they lost like $4 million. How are you operating in the black in a million something, and then next year you're 4 million, you're 4 million in the hole? That's a lawsuit, man. That's a class action lawsuit. Or they added two more people at the top. That's what happened too. They went from 12 to 14. Since 2015, they've gone from like 4 people to 14 people running this place. That's where all the money's going. And then they come down to the bottom level, and these people around here, this manager should be making good money. He should have a full-time job and an apartment. He shouldn't have to go work a part-time job, man, because his job is here. That's what I'm saying. It's crooked at the top. And I'll keep saying this, man. I want them to try to kick me out because I want to fucking take them to fucking court. I want discovery, man. I'm not dumb, man. They say a fool a person represents himself as a fool for a client. No, that's to get you not from representing yourself. That's to make you not start learning the law. That's a lawyer thing, man. They don't want you to represent yourself. They don't want you to study any kind of the law. They don't want you to dig like they dig. Because these lawyers don't do the work. Their paralegals do all the freaking work. They just go in court to present the case. They organize and present the case, but all the legwork is done by paralegals. Lawyers don't want you to represent yourself because they don't want you to learn the law. I mean, think about it. If you learn the law, you don't need a lawyer, right? I mean, I go to the bar association and they don't even take any cases like this anymore because they're being paid off, man. Legal aid is being paid off to not go after these people unless they're blatant like the other guys, the private sector. They went after them because they were cutting our electricity up and cutting our heat off. What are you going to do if these people sell this place out from under us? I think that's pretty much illegal too. Oh, we just sold this place. When? Yesterday. What the fuck? You didn't tell me. You didn't tell any of the residents. I guarantee you they got something going on because they want to build an 8-story. They want to build an 8-story hotel in a lot that's the size of a house. Granted, it was a big Victorian mansion type house, but the lot is like half the size of this lot. You got 2 lots here, 3 lots here, 4 lots here that make up the size of that lot. And they got another two lots next door. So you got one, I'd say about a 1 lot. I'd say that's about 1 lot, maybe 1.5. So let's say 2 max. So you got 2, 3, and about 3. So you got 6 lots right here. Yeah, this is an 8-story fucking hotel. And they can still keep the 2 private buildings on the end and the clinic over here. I mean, as a matter of fact, the clinic right there would be perfect next to a bunch 3 big hotels because they take the foreigners. That's a clinic for foreigners. and Americans, but mostly when tourists come in, they use that clinic over here. So that's advantageous is to take this whole section from the corner to the low income housing on the other block next to it and build an 8-story hotel. And it's going to be the same owner that bought the lot between us. I don't know if it's illegal for them to sell a building out from under the residents without telling them. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of regulation on the books that says you can't do that. You have to give the residents notice in case they want to move. I know that's the way he did it in the other one. We had a we had like 2 or 3 months notice if we wanted to move, and he was going to help us. He would have put us in one of his other buildings. He would have put us in his other building if he had place because he had 2 buildings, and he knew other private owners that had small real estate owners that had small apartments around the area we could have slipped into. But like I said, it went about as well as I could expected. You know, and because that fell apart, the whole schedule after that fell apart. My breed didn't get back. He got back later in the day because I told him it would be like after 2 o'clock, and I'm up here at about 12 o'clock, moving everything back in place. And now I got to go through the shit again because they're gonna come back here again. I'm in a wheelchair. I have a heart problems, man. I shouldn't even be having to get this fucking worked up. That's that. I guarantee you, that's abuse of the handicap. I don't care how you look at it. They're sending foreign people in here that don't speak fucking English, man. How is that not abuse if I can't communicate with the people that are working in here? I mean, I'd love for that lady at the top to have to sit in here and go through everything that we're going through with her policies in place. Let her live here and go through it. Let her live here. She won't do that because she's too arrogant. And yeah, I'm calling her out, man. I'm calling her arrogant. I'm calling her disconnected from the people that pay her fucking salary. I don't care whether she likes to hear that or not, because it's the truth, and she knows it, and I know it. And a lot of other people in these buildings are waking up to that fact. That's why I guarantee you that's why they lost $4 million from 2022 to 2023. They were being fucking sued. They had a class action lawsuit, and they had their meeting to find out who else was in that lawsuit, so they could probably target you while you're in here, or put you into that lawsuit so they can kick you out after you win the money, which is illegal, but that's what they do. I took $21,000 coming out of the other building, and I can't move back in there. How is that legal? You're paying me not to move back in? How's that legal, man? You're paying me to take away my rights? I accepted money. I'm stupid. You're a fool if you don't. But I guarantee you, they haven't been able to do nothing with that building for 4 years, and it's still vacant to this day. And that was in 2015 that I had to move out. So the first year we got in there to fight them, and they had 4 years after that they could do something with that building. Okay, and that should have been 2019. Okay, so 2020, even though COVID hit, everybody was working during COVID. These big wigs were working, and their companies were running. So I guarantee you, they could have gone in there and done some work during COVID. They weren't. They're a big mega freaking real estate corporation in Santa Monica, and they still haven't done anything with that property. Why? Because they had to pay for it. These people are Muslim. They were going to open that place up and have nobody but Muslims staying there. How is that legal? That goes against the Civil Rights Act of 1968 and 64. They don't care. They come over here and start a business And that's how they get their citizenship. They don't have to assimilate. They don't have to assimilate. And they were arrogant, man. They told us, we don't like Section 8. We don't like long housing. As they're feeding us cheap food. And then the guy pulled up in his red Ferrari, man. And I made a meme, man. I took a picture of his car and I put it up for a meme. I said, look, what is this guy compensating for? You know, he's got a big red Ferrari and he's got all the money. What's he compensating for, man? You don't want no American woman. He's straight Muslim. And he's a high ranking. Guaranteed, with all that money, he's high ranking within the hierarchy of that caste system. Like I said, this is just a rant. Now, like I said, I do appreciate them doing the stuff they did for me, but I don't appreciate having to freaking go through all the mess that I had to go through to have them do this. That's what I'm saying. People at the top, they don't want to hear from me because I keep telling them, you work for me. They don't want to hear that. It's like this. Blah 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 blah. It's exactly what it is. I got to deal with the manager. No, man, this guy's hardly ever fucking here. And my cat's chewing the hell out of her tail. I don't know what the hell she got. She was perfectly healthy when she came up in here. And believe me, this apartment is this fan runs 24/7. That door gets cracked at least 5 times a day. My windows are fucking wide open unless it's raining. So any kind of marijuana or cigarettes that I smoke in here, this place is pretty much cleared out. There's no secondhand smoke up in here. You might have a little. Once you go into the bathroom, it might smell a little bit because the bathroom's sealed off. You turn on the fan, and then the fan doesn't even. I mean, they need to clean the fan. How am I responsible for cleaning that fan? That's inside the building. I can see changing a light bulb, but cleaning that fan, that's I can't take that fan apart. That's not my job to take that fan apart and clean it. Same with the fan they got over this. They got an exhaust fan. You know what does it do? It blows the hot air. It blows the hot air like that. That exhaust fan should go up to the ceiling too and blow the hot air out of the apartment. But I mean, that's the way they got this place set up, man. And like I said in the last episodes, man, every time I make a video here on Facebook, they take advantage of your gratitude, man. And I say it again and again. We're broken people coming off the street, man. If that lady at the top ever wound up on the street, she would be one of those that are yelling at the fucking trees and chasing down the rock. Because her psyche could not handle it. She would break. Guaranteed. I've seen people like that before hit the street. They're broken within the first month or two. They're talking to a damn tree. They're sitting out there telling you what they used to be. I could just see you. I used to run a multi-billion-dollar corporation and I lost my job and now I'm homeless. I deserve better than. I could just see it. That's exactly what that's exactly the way she would act. The lady I talked to yesterday, I guarantee she might be able to handle it. She got a little sense. The apartment supervisor, same thing. Even the apartment manager. If he ever went on the street, he'd break. You're going to see a lot of these Hollywood writers. They're going to be the same way out there. They're going to become homeless because they made a shitty product and they got fired for it. Basically, That whole strike was there just to get rid of those fucking woke writers. I guarantee it. That was a behind-the-scenes plan by SAG, AFTA, and the Writers Guild. They know who the people are making the money and who the people aren't making the money. They know who within their guild is making the money for their guild and who's not making the money for their guild and who's representing their guild in the right way. I mean, when you join a union, you got a little bit. You got to step up to the plate. You got to represent the union a little bit, man. Especially unions like SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild. Yeah, I know they're infiltrated by all these crazy weirdos at the top, but still, there's still some kind of little bit of integrity left with these people. That's why they tried. That's why they did the strike to get rid of these fucking people because they're getting ready to clean house, man. This whole system's gonna collapse right now. It's gonna implode. That includes places like this. This lady at the top better worry about her freaking job. Seriously, man. If these banks collapse, that place collapsed because they got loans sitting in there. Probably got loans sitting in most of the banks here in Santa Monica to build these fucking apartments. These apartments are going to foreclosure. And if the bank comes down, they're sure gonna have to. They're gonna come after that property, man. If you're still paying on property and you're in a bank, once that bank collapses, you better hang. You better find a way to hang on to that property because they're gonna take it. In the last collapse in 1929, people were getting like 50 cents on a dollar if they were lucky of their money because the FDIC couldn't cover it. I'm more stable. I'm in a credit union, man. My credit union is stable, man. It works on that. It works on liquid assets. It doesn't work like the banking system. You know, I just watched it. I want the Earth plus 5%. As a matter of fact, once I pull this video up, I might pull the video up and drop that into the box down here, into the chat box, or I'll put it in the. I'll bring the video up and I'll put it in the comments section. I want the Earth plus 5%. You know, that's how the banking system works. I guarantee you, we're going to go back to more dollars, and you know, people are going to be spending more. There's going to be more gold in the system, more silver back in the system again. Because you can't run an economy on fiat currency. You can't. These people are making 5% on zero money that they give you. They give you the money, but the money that they gave you doesn't exist in their only on the ledger sheets. They don't have the liquid assets to cover it, and they get 5% on top of giving you ghost money. It's basically what it is, man. It's ghost money. You go to China during Hungry Ghost Month, you can actually buy ghost money and you can burn it because you're supposed to leave food out for the spirits. But if you burn the ghost money, you don't have to leave the food out. So people go buy the ghost money and they burn big piles of fake money to the spirits. That's what this shit is. This is ghost money. This is ghost money, man. Oh man. This this money is what I wipe my butt with. You know, I've held actual real currency. I've held treasury notes. Okay. These are Federal Reserve notes. Okay, this fiat currency, man, it's fake money. It's monopoly money. That's what's running this system. And as soon as Trump gets back in and puts us back on the gold standard, you know, has the Treasury audit the Fed. Once the Treasury audits the Fed, and you find out how much the Fed has ripped us off, all those debts are null and void. Okay, it's a criminal act. Once they find out it's a criminal act, all those debts are null and void. The Supreme Court said it. Fraud vitiates everything. And they already made that ruling a while back. So any type of fraud vitiates everything. That's a supreme. That's from the law of the land. That's on the top of. That's on the top of the judicial heap. Yeah, they bend and they break. They're stupid, man. They're just exposing themselves. And these people at the top, they're being exposed. I'm going to try to expose them. There's other people out there that are doing the same thing, man. Guarantee I'm not the only one in the that's under a community corporation that's doing the same thing. That's what I'm saying. I guarantee you, they just had a lawsuit, man. They just lost $4 million, and they come down here and try to placate everybody because they were being fucking sued, and they don't want anybody else joining in the class action lawsuit. Like I said, they don't vet anybody coming in here. I mean, I had to have 6 months of sobriety to get my Section 8. I gave them a year. Okay, I gave them 2 years. Okay, I was in the shelter for a year because I had to go to school. I'm not going to drop. I wasn't going to drop out of school for nothing. I would have gone in and gotten a job on the side and went to college, just like I did when I was on the street. I had a job and I went to school. I would have gone a cash job. Probably would have tried to slip my way into an paid internship to learn this stuff too on the side. Because I had some connections when I was in college, and I was good enough that they were looking at me like that. I'm just saying, now I got to go through this all over again. I got to traumatize my cat by putting her in that walking thing and taking it. I think that's trauma to her. I mean, down there she jumped right in because she wanted to come home. But once it's up here, getting her in that and taking her out is going to be harder because she don't want to go too far away from this apartment. When she runs out the door, she don't go too far away. I chase her back in, but she doesn't run too far away. She don't run away from me. She'll stop when I tell her to, and I say get back in. Now, if I could train her to where I can get her in when I want her to come in, which I'm going to try to do sooner or later, so I can keep this door open in the summertime. And I'll put the litter box outside my door and let her know this is where you live, and she can poop right there. Put a litter box and a food right outside the door, so she knows where her food is at, and then I bring it in when she comes inside. Because I want her to explore a little bit, man. Because I think that's part of it too. She's antsy. She doesn't, you know, I don't think she'll go too far. Anyway, like I said, like I said before in this video, she's sick too, man. That's why I know I got fucking black mold up in here, man. Because as soon as I showed them that, the first thing you do is tack it up and paint it up real quick. They didn't test it. They didn't know there's not black mold. How do you know? Did you test it? No, because they got black mold up in here, which would explain all the freaking heart attacks I've been having. Because black mold causes myocarditis, man, over a prolonged exposure. I went to the VA and they haven't done any tests. They were supposed to do a big test for me to find out if I have an allergy to it. I don't think it matters if I have an allergy to it. I think being exposed to it is bad enough. Because black mold is toxic, man. Otherwise, they wouldn't be putting stuff out about black mold being toxic. I mean, come on, man. You're gonna tell me black mold is toxic and then tell me it's not toxic? Well, you got to be allergic to it. No, dude. When I first heard about black mold, that shit was toxic. Then they eased up on everything. I don't know why. I don't know how. But I have a long memory for things like that. Anyway, like I said, this is just a rant. This is just me ranting to the world. You know, I mean, if I don't get this out, I'm gonna blow a gasket. I'm gonna blow a gasket up here, man. You know, I'm already on blood thinners, man. I don't need to get all this with this high blood pressure blow a vessel up here in my brain. Anyway, huh. Anyway, I'm just gonna watch some videos, man. Wait for my lady to get online. You know, that's one thing. It gives me hope, a little bit of hope here. I got a woman that loves me, man. You know, and when God, I've been praying for us to come together, for her to get to America, for us to come together, so I can bring her here somehow. You know, get her the citizenship, and from there we just take it from there, one day at a time. Right after that, figure out what we're going to do. If I can get her over here as my in-home supportive care, hire her and sponsor her under me as my in-home supportive care with 81 plus hours a month at 12 something an hour, and she's working towards her green card. Can't get better than that. And she works for me, so I'm her sponsor, man. I'm responsible for her, you know. And I love her enough. I'll put my neck out for her. I've already vetted her, man. She's pretty much innocent, man. She's really, really innocent. You know, when I mean innocent, I don't mean she's not Americanized. That's what I mean by innocent. She still has family values, and I think she knows what's going on the outside. But some of the stuff I tell her, she's surprised at what's going on in America. I mean, they think of America in the Philippines. They think of America as the place to be. They love their country, but the lower class people there, they want to come to America. They do. They want to come. They want to get out of the Philippines. That's where they usually go when they hire people to go to Dubai and all that. They go to the lower class people and say, okay, we're gonna pay you 100 grand to work in Dubai. You're gonna be this guy's maid. And then they take the passport and that's how they do it. If I bring her over here, she's got a passport. She's got her passport. It's her passport. If she wants to leave me, she can leave me, but she's gonna go home, man. I mean, that's the way it works. You know. I mean, I wouldn't give her a reason to leave me. Okay, I'm an old school man. I respect women, man. I came from a woman. And when I disrespected my mom, my dad beat the crap out of me, man, at 14. He gave me the back of his hand so hard he lifted me off my feet. I disrespected my mom one time. And I never disrespected her again. I might have done it under my breath, but I didn't go full onto her face. Kids, I hate my parents in the bathroom or in the bedroom when you're laying in the bed crying after you had your butt whooped. I hate mom and dad. I call my mom a pig. My dad heard about it. He beat the crap out of me. I don't mean beat. He gave me the back of his hand so hard it lifted me off my feet. And then he picked me up he picked me up and he tossed me down the first flight, like 5 stairs. He said, "Get in your room and don't come out until I come get you." And after he hit me, I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm 14, 15. I'm not gonna. No, that man hit me so hard it rang my fucking bell. And I'd never been hit by my dad like that. But I disrespected my mom. I disrespected his wife, the woman that gave birth to me. That's how much respect I have for women. But once you cross a line, that respect's gone, man. I mean, I don't have to respect someone who abuses me if I'm not abusing them. And this woman loves me, man. She always makes sure I'm eating. She says, "Hey, man, you need to shave. Hey, you look scruffy. Go take a shower." And it's hard for me to get in and out of the shower. It's hard for me to shave. It is. It's really. I got to stand up to do this in a mirror because if I sit down, I only see myself up to here in a freaking mirror. Okay, it's kind of hard to shave down here when you can't see the rest of your face. Do I resent being in this chair? Fucking no, fucking right I do. I hate this fucking chair, man. I'm going after the VA and I'm gonna make them give me a fucking high end prosthetic, man. Fuck that shit. I deserve the best. I serve my country, man. I was willing to go to combat and take a bullet. It's not my fault the government didn't sponsor a war when I was in. you know, even when I reenlisted at 85, man, they didn't. 84, they didn't sponsor a war when I was in. By the time I got out, there were no wars going on in 85. I got out in 85 because I had to. It was my second enlistment, and I found out that the Marine Corps changed in the 3 years that I've been out. It became less camaraderie and more kissassery. So I didn't want to stay in that. But I got a general under honorable discharge, which means I still have my VA, but they can't take my VA benefits away from me. So, because they go up to your first enlistment anyway, I got an honorable discharge out of that. And I had like what 2 office hours. I mean, in both of them, I got what did I get? A half a month's pay for 2 months, restriction for 2 months, restricted to barracks for 2 months. The first one, the first one, I just lost my liberty for the next weekend. I couldn't go on liberty for the next weekend because I came back late on the train from Tokyo because I was partying all night and I fell asleep on the train. Anyway, like I said, I'm out, man. Peace out. Love you guys. Semper Fidelis. You know, end stream. End.